Hey everybody, Simistic this year again to talk to you about what I bought and what I watched today. And yet again, I went to Goodwill. I'm actually thinking about putting my condo up for sale and just moving into Goodwill since I seem to spend all my time there anyway. But it was worth going, grab some great stuff. The first thing I picked up was Mickey and Minnie's Sweetheart Stories. I actually used to own this back in the day. The reason I got rid of it is because I actually own all these shorts. I have them already within the Walt Disney treasure sets, but I really wanted to get this again because I do miss these DVDs. It's nice that at Valentine's Day I can just plop this in, watch an hour's worth of love-related Disney shorts. So it's nice. Again, like I said, I do own them all in my Disney treasure sets, but I'm not about, when Valentine's Day comes around, I'm not about to put a disc in, watch an episode, take it out, put a disc in, watch another short. No. It's nice just to be able to stick this in, watch an hour-long's worth of shorts, and really enjoy it. So for $1.97, it was a no-brainer. So that's it for DVDs, but I also grabbed some VHS. First thing I picked up was National Geographic, The Battle for Midway. Big fan of National Geographic. I have a ton of these. I have a whole bunch of DVDs and a whole bunch of VHS tapes. Just another one for collection. Can't wait to watch it. Then I grabbed Stargate. I have not seen this movie, but I have heard good things. What sold me was basically the fact that Kurt Russell's in it. I figured, sci-fi movie, Kurt Russell. Sounds good. Plus, again, I've heard great things, so looking forward to watching that. Then I grabbed The Last Boy Scout. I've heard of the movie, but I've never heard anything about the movie. I'm not really even sure what this movie's about, but Bruce Willis and Damon Wayans sounds like a good team up. Had to grab that. Then the last thing I got here was Kiss the Girls. The synopsis sounded interesting, but basically Morgan Freeman sold me on it. Big Morgan Freeman fan. Usually think movies he's in are usually pretty good. But again, the synopsis sounded interesting, so definitely had to pick it up. So that's it for all the cinema I picked up. But I did grab two other things that I've never added to my collection before. But they were for a good price, and they looked like they'd be a lot of fun. So I figured I'd pick them up, maybe start adding these to my collection, because they are movie related. They're just not actual like DVDs or any kind of cinematic media. First thing I grabbed was this board game called Mad About Movies. This looks like a lot of fun. I don't really know how you play it because I haven't opened this up. I haven't really played it yet. I mean, I looked through it, but it looks interesting. So basically just a movie trivia game. I love movie trivia games, so definitely had to grab that. And then the last thing I picked up today was another board game, and this looks like a hell of a lot of fun. Definitely the gem of today. I cannot wait to play this. I really wanted to play tonight. Like, as soon as I got home, I was ready to play it, and I wanted to play with my wife tonight, but she ended up having a doctor's appointment, so she didn't get home till late, so needless to say, it didn't get touched. But this is just awesome. As all the pieces fall all through the box. It is Trivial Pursuit Disney, and this is the Animated Picture Edition. Basically just Trivial Pursuit, but all from Disney Animation. This is going to be a hell of a lot of fun. Trivial Pursuit, by far, one of my all-time favorite board games. I love trivia, and I'm a huge Disney buff. So this is just going to be so much fun. This is what made me decide to start picking up the board games, because when I saw this, I was like, I gotta get it. I'm not, for, what was it, $2.97. I just couldn't pass it up. Had to grab it. This is just going to be so much fun. Definitely looking forward to playing this. I hope to get to it very soon because, yeah, I'm just super excited about this. So that's what I bought today. So now it's what I watched. And today I watched Power Rangers the movie. Would definitely recommend it. If you are a Power Rangers fan, yeah, definitely check it out. It was a good film. However, that being said, there were some things about this movie that bothered me. For starters, I'm a newbie when it comes to Power Rangers. I never watched as a kid. I was about 2 years too old for Power Rangers. My brother was really into it. He was, 2 years younger than me. All the kids my age who like Power Rangers were the kids getting beat up. It just wasn't cool like Power Rangers when they became popular. So I never got into them, never watched them. But with all the recent comeback of the Power Rangers, I mean, they're very nostalgic right now, and all the kids are starting to talk about them again. Lots of reviews about them, lots of little mini documentaries on the internet about them. So I'm actually starting to get very interested in Power Rangers. It looks pretty cool. So I started picking up some of the VHS tapes and watching the series, and I've been enjoying it. The episodes I've seen are great. The main reason that I like this series, though, is because of all the Sentai footage. I love all that old Japanese, basically monster movie type stuff, and the Sentai footage is very much like that. very ninja, like ninja movie-esque, and very, like Japanese monster movie-esque, and then people in rubber suits basically, and that's so much fun to watch. The U.S. shot stuff, it's decent, it ties everything together, but it's the Sentai footage that when that comes on, that gets me pumped. This being a U.S. movie by 20th Century Fox, we don't get any Sentai footage. This is all freshly new shot stuff. So there's that missing, which bugs me. But that aside, it is a good film, and it does have a great plot, and I actually really enjoy it. But again, that being said, this movie's only an hour and a half long, and it probably should have been a 2.5 hour long movie, because everything seems to happen a bit too quickly. Starts out pretty strong with all the characters evolving and stuff, and you learn about Ivan Ooze, and he comes, and his character is pretty cool, actually. He's kind of goofy, he's your typical Power Ranger bad guy, but they show that he's kind of a badass. He's a tough guy. I mean, the fact that he destroys the Power Rangers' little little station or fort or whatever you want to call that, the little area where what the hell's his name? Zordon, where Zordon is and everything like that. The fact that he comes in there and destroys that. He doesn't kill Zordon though, which I was kind of like, man, he should just killed him off. But I realized he couldn't do that. It did make him look a little weak. Like, why wouldn't he have killed him? But you can't do that because it would kind of defeat the plot of the movie. Like the whole rest of the plot of the movie, wouldn't really have anywhere to go because the rest of the plot of the movie revolves around them trying to save Zordon. And also, what are you going to do with the series? Zordon's dead now. So I understand that they couldn't do that. They just had to make him dying. But still, Ivan Ooze is a badass character. I thought he was pretty cool. Again, the fact that they made him such a badass, tough guy, I really liked that. That was a good way to go. But what bothers me about how everything just seems to go really quickly is they need to go on this quest to save Zordon, and they need to find, I believe it was like the power of the universe or something like that. And apparently, everybody who's ever gone to look for this power has been defeated. Like, it's, people have been going to find this power for millions of years, and everybody's been defeated. So, you expect them to be on this really hard quest. Or, I mean, I'm thinking like Lord of the Rings type quest where they got to go through a lot, a lot of obstacles to get to this power to save Zordon. Not really. They get to this island, this planet, and everything seems to be pretty much going well. They get attacked by some of Ivan Ooze's henchmen. And then this chick whose name I do not remember. All I remember is that she was really hot and wearing very little, and that's probably why I don't remember her name. She comes, she kind of saves them, and then points them in the right direction of where they need to go to get this power. And they tell them that, or she tells them that they're going to have to go through a lot, and it's really, really, really guarded, well, and basically she's making it sound like it's going to be really tough for these Power Rangers to get this power. But all they do is they fight a skeleton monster, and they fight some rock monsters, and that's it. Now they got the power. It's like 20 minutes, if that, maybe 15 minutes worth of them searching for this power, and they get it. Are you kidding me? I mean, all they do is build up to how hard it's going to be for them to get this power, and how difficult of a task and how impossible of a task it's going to be for them to get this power, and how it's going to be very hard to save Zordon. And they just do it right away. And I think that could have been like an hour of the movie in itself, just them going through all these tasks, having to battle the skeleton monster and the rock monsters, but then other monsters and other things and other tasks and other, just showing how difficult it was to get this power, as opposed to just getting it within like 10 minutes. I don't know, that bugged me. They really should have drawn that out more. So there's that. Also, the battle at the end with Ivan Ooze, it just didn't seem very long either. They should have drawn it out a bit more. It went pretty quickly. They're battling his two little monsters not little monsters, his big monsters he makes. They defeat them, and then they battle him, but they only battle him for like 5-10 minutes. And I do like that they defeated him by a knee in the crotch. That was pretty funny. They knee him in the crotch, and then he kind of goes back, and then a comet hits him. Sort of a weird way to go, but I did enjoy the fact that a knee to the crotch killed him. I didn't really like the fact that they killed him by using a comet. That just seemed kind of cheap. It should have been like them defeating him somehow, as opposed to just kind of kneeing him into a comet. I don't know. So I just thought the battle could have been more drawn out. Even if they would have ended it the way they ended it, still should have been more drawn out. Still should have been more showing, that it's really hard to beat this guy and the Power Rangers need to go through a lot to beat him. I just think they made everything a little bit too easy for the Power Rangers. It just seemed like here's a really difficult task. Oh, you did it. Here's another difficult task. Oh, you did it. It just didn't make it look like the Power Rangers had to go through a lot to really, to really do their tasks. They didn't have to go through a lot to get the power to save Zordon. They didn't have to really go through a lot to beat Ivan Ooze. And it just kind of made him look weak almost. So that was my only downfall. Again, the movie should have been maybe like 2.5 hours as opposed to an hour and a half. And I realize it's a kids movie. You're not going to make a 2.5 hour kids movie. I get that. But I just feel it just seemed cheap because it wasn't that long. Everything just sort of like happened. So that bugged me. But if you look past all that and you realize that it is a kids movie, it's only going to be an hour and a half. They have to do what they can do with that time period. It is a good movie. And if you're a Power Rangers fan, it's definitely something I would recommend watching. Another thing I didn't realize about this, I went into it thinking it was going to be like the original lineup. But it's pretty much the original lineup except for there's Rocky and then the Yellow Ranger has changed. I don't remember what her name is. And I think the Black Ranger has changed too. So I realized, I guess that's one of the lineups from the series. See, I really don't know the series all that well. Like I said, I just started getting into it, so I know the original series much better because that's what I've been watching, and I have seen some of the episodes on TV when I was younger. So I know that cast a lot more well, and I'm more familiar with them. So this cast in here, I have seen documentaries on Power Rangers, so I know that that's kind of like a newer, or not a newer cast, but a cast that comes along after the original cast. So that was cool, I guess, but I was expecting the original cast, so I was it was a little bit of a letdown that, there were new characters that I really didn't know anything about. But again, that's just me nitpicking. I mean, if you are a Power Rangers fan, that's obviously not going to bother you at all. So anyway, again, good movie. I would definitely recommend it if you are a Power Rangers fan. Not the greatest movie, nothing necessarily special, but a fun watch if you like the Power Rangers. So that's it for what I bought when I watched today. Again, I grabbed Mickey and Minnie's Sweetheart Stories. Love Disney. Cannot wait for Valentine's Day to come around so I can watch that. National Geographic, The Battle for Midway. Love these documentaries. Stargate, like sci-fi movies, heard great things. Kurt Russell, should be good. The Last Boy Scout, looks like a pretty decent action movie. Again, really haven't heard anything about it, but has a good team up, so looking forward to checking that out. Kiss the Girls, synopsis sounded good. Morgan Freeman, should be fun. And then I picked up Mad About Movies. This looks like a lot of fun. I love trivia games, so should be good. This one, super looking forward to playing, and that is Trivial Pursuit, Disney, the Animated Pictures Edition. This is going to be so much fun. And then I watched Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie. It was good. I did have some problems with it, but for what it is, it was a great movie. I say check it out. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned to see what I bought and what I watch tomorrow. See ya. So that's it for DVDs, but I also grabbed some VHS tape.